What the heck is going on in Ecuador? Well, on one hand, we have the great news that as of April 28th, masks are no longer obligatory in any part of Ecuador, in open or closed areas, which is fantastic. Good riddance. But on the other hand, as of Friday, April 29th, the President Guillermo Lasso has declared a state of emergency here in Ecuador. But it only applies to the following 3 provinces: Guayas, Manabí, and Esmeraldas. It was set to last for 60 days, so basically for the following 30 days, people have to be back home latest at 11 o'clock p.m. and can go out again at 5 a.m. And in order to impose this, the president has deployed 4,000 police officers and 5,000 troops. And the reason why the president has declared this state of emergency is due to the increased violence and criminal acts by gangs that are plaguing these provinces. And according to the president, all of this is due to drug trafficking. Ecuador has had a problem with Mexican drug cartels operating through local gangs here. But apparently the reason why the president decided to enact this state of emergency isn't because of the criminal activity, or the gangs, or the violence in general. Supposedly there's a hidden agenda, but we'll talk about that later on. And due to the rise in violence and criminal activity, the port city of Guayaquil is now the 50th most violent city in the world, at least according to Insight Crime. Heck, even some of the deadliest prison riots in all of Ecuador's history happened not too long ago, with about 119 inmates killed in a prison in Guayaquil, and another 68 dying in prison fights in the same prison no more than 2 months later. And that's not all. There have been reports of shootings in the city of Duran. People in Guayaquil find it almost impossible to go out because it's just not safe anymore. Most opt to just have food delivered to them or take it to go because of the risk of criminals going in and trying to rob you. And a friend of mine had already told me about this a while back. That's not even safe to go to restaurants. And that's just Guayaquil. Over here in Manabí, there's been a high increase in crime. At the beginning of April, the ex-president of the Club Delfin in Manta was killed. And in the month of February, a man was killed outside of his house here in Puerto Viejo. So it makes a ton of sense that the president is doing this. But according to some, it seems that the president isn't doing this because of the gangs, the violence, or the drug trafficking. But supposedly because on May 1st, which is apparently Workers' Day, people were set to protest. And supposedly the president wanted to stop that. Is that really what's happening? Well, who knows? Could it be a secondary intention alongside the gangs, the violence, the drug trafficking? I could actually believe that. But all I can say is if you're planning on traveling, coming on down to Ecuador, for now keep in mind that Guayas, Manabí, and Esmeraldas have this curfew going on. So you might want to consider different travel destinations if you're coming to Ecuador. But I can show you some of Manabí's awesomeness. How can I do that? By having you check out this video over here, where you'll see a very underrated city that apparently has everything. So definitely check that out. Make sure you take care, stay safe, and as always, ace out. Get out of here.